Welcome to MTG Timewalkers, the channel where we walk through the history of Magic the Gathering, one set at a time. Today we're doing Sealed plus a starter deck for Unlimited Edition Beta, so it's sort of an expansion on what we did last time. And I'm joined today by my own brother, Unafraid Stephen.
Hey.
Okay, and we will... Let's start off. As you could have seen there with my deck is better than last time, I guess, but it's still pretty bad.
I think my deck's actually pretty decent, so I guess we'll see how it goes. I decided to challenge myself by running only basic lands that I pulled from the starter deck and the packs.
Yeah,
questionable decision, but we'll see how it goes.
Yeah, I have a few too many blue mana symbols to make that work, seeing as I only pulled 4 islands, but I was close, so...
Well, I have rolled a 1, so...
Okay, I'll be taking first then, I guess. Not sure that's a huge advantage, but... Well, I mean, that's a hand for sure.
Well, this is keepable even if, I don't know what mulligan rules we're playing by.
Yeah, I mean, mine's keepable too, so I guess it doesn't really matter.
I'll keep, sure.
Okay.
Alright.
I'll just start with a swamp.
Alright. So I will play a mountain. And enter.
Whatever, I can just hotkey it. I don't know why it's not letting me move through the phases, but that's fine, I guess. Play another swamp. Drop a Drudge Skeletons.
Oh no.
It's a 1/1 that can regenerate. It's pretty solid, honestly.
I gotta kill that before it can regenerate.
Yeah, that's fair. That's fair.
Yeah. Cool. Okay.
Okay, I never clicked pass, I guess. Whatever, I'll pass back to you.
Tap, upkeep, draw.
Good to see me unable to use Cockatrice, but so it goes.
Oh, oops. I drew 2.
That's fine, just put one back. I trust that you're not going to
move to top of library. Okay, cool. So, now I will play my first creature. The Merfolk of the Pearl Trident.
Ooh, a 1/1 for 1.
You know, fun fact, this was the first Merfolk other than Lord of Atlantis. In the entire game, it was the only other one in the entire opening set.
Well, because back in the day, a lot of, until like Fallen Empires or something, a lot of the lords had like, what, 1 target?
Yeah. All the lords in beta just have 1 target. And they're all like bad vanillas. Like Zombie Lord has Scathed Zombies. Lord of Atlantis has Merfolk. Goblin King has the other one.
Goblin King, I think, actually has 2, because it had Goblin Balloon Brigade and Mons' Goblin Raider.
Oh, you're right.
It's the only one that has 2. I'm going to play Hypnotic Spectre, which is an actually good creature. But if it gets bolted again, well, what am I going to do, I guess?
Alright, so you're passing to me, I guess. Okay. Keep draw. So I will play another island. And then I will play the card that you criticized me for playing during deck build and Earthbind your Hypnotic Spectre to kill it.
Oh, I mean, you know, that's fair. That's...
Cool. And then I will go to combat, and I will attack you for 1.
Okay.
And I am done.
Okay, are we going to draw a blue source? The answer is no. But we'll keep playing black sources, I guess.
So are you just on blue-black then?
I'm on blue-black with a splash for white, but I've just not seen any of my non-swamps.
Fair.
I'm going to play Scathed Zombies.
I'm on blue-black-red. I do not currently have a swamp, but that's
I
fine.
guess that is the issue when we didn't pull any dual lands, and there's nothing like a fetch, and there's no Black Lotus or anything like that.
Untap my lands. Alright, well, your Scathed Zombies are bigger than my Merfolk, so I guess I'm just gonna have to, sit this one out.
Okay, well that's getting there, I guess. Okay, so this time, he'll be able to regenerate even if you bolt him. Unless you have a cast spell, I guess.
I do not.
Okay. Then we'll swing with Scathed Zombies. Yeah, so you right-click to drop it.
Excellent. Okay.
Yeah, that's all I got.
Alright. Untap, upkeep, draw. Main 1. I will...
Thrilling magic as Garfield intended it.
I mean, it is how he intended it.
Yeah?
It's like, I feel like that hard to argue. I guess I'm just done.
Oh, finally. Okay. So now I've got an island, which is pretty nice.
Wonder what you're gonna bring down on me now.
I guess this is what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna use one of the 2 time twisters I pulled.
So that likes both of us, right?
Yeah, so we'll both.
You know what?
Shuffle out
No,
hand,
I'm
library,
gonna
graveyard,
counterspell that actually.
You know, that's perfectly fair.
I thought about letting it resolve, but yeah.
Yeah.
You've got less cards in hand than me.
Yeah, and it would also recycle Hypnotic Spectre to my deck, which would be pretty
I've got a pretty good card in my hand that I don't want shuffled away, so.
That's fair. I'll swing in with both Skate Zombies and Drudge Skeletons, my
I'll just
undead hordes.
take it.
Pass. Yeah.
Untap, upkeep, draw. Oops, did that again. Oops, top of the library. Okay. Well, hey, it paid off. I will play a mountain, and then I will unleash the true horror, the Mahamoti Jin! He's a 5/6 flyer! What the hell are you gonna do now? Nothing, I assume.
Yeah, that's
anyway,
pretty bad.
I attack for 1 with my Merfolk.
Okay, yeah, that's really not good, actually.
Yeah, this is why I thought my deck was actually pretty decent, because I had like a few creatures that were worth a damn, and like a decent amount of removal and stuff. I've got a Black Lotus in here.
Oh, wow. Yeah, I mean,
and a Soul Ring. Like,
yeah,
that's part of the reason that I was like, oh, I can have 22 lands in a weird array. I've got Black Lotus and Soul Ring.
I mean,
it's always good.
In that case, yeah, you definitely can't afford to run a much more questionable land configuration. The only thing I really have is 1 Mox Pearl, and then I have the 2 Time Twisters, but those don't really help me with my mana at all. Okay.
I mean, theoretically, they might have if it had resolved.
So, this is not looking great. I'm just going to pass and brace for a lot of damage.
Okay. Untap, upkeep, draw, main 1. Well, this is a vaguely questionable play, but honestly, your creatures so far have all seemed pretty bad, so I'm going to control magic your Skate Zombies.
Okay. That's really not good. Yes.
And then I'm gonna go to combat, and I'm gonna attack with my 5/6 flyer.
Well, I can't block that, so.
I think Mahamoti Jin is actually the biggest stats in the set that doesn't have some sort of hideous drawback.
Yeah, I think maybe Crawworm is similar. I think Crawworm might be.
It's a 6/4, but it doesn't fly.
That's true. Yeah, I mean, definitely if you're talking overall stats.
Because I mean, even Shivan Dragon, I mean, it's got fire breathing, but it's only a 5/5, so
yeah,
by base stats. And then Lord of the Pit's a 7/7, but he makes you sack a creature every turn.
Yeah, he's got a
which is not easy to do in beta.
And Force of Nature has like an upkeep of 4.
4 green, or he does you 8, which is not fun.
No, not at all.
And I think those are the only 2 in the entire set that are bigger than him, so it's like problematic.
Yeah, I guess I'm gonna die pretty soon regardless, so I guess I'll make my skeletons invisible.
I feel like invisible skeletons is like an underrated aspect of horror.
It really is, especially since they're also riding bone horses.
It's like a ghost and a skeleton in one.
Okay, I'm gonna swing 1 unblockable.
Alright.
Then I'll pass. It's gonna go really badly.
You know, I guess if I wanted to stop that, I should have run a wall. Alright, well, I'm gonna add to my collection of 1/1s for 1.
Yeah, I mean, that's...
And then just because I'm cruel, I'm going to unsummon your Drudge Skeletons to make the aura fall off.
I mean, I don't think it really is gonna make a big difference.
And I'm gonna attack for 8.
Yeah, I need to draw... If
I
I can draw a white source, then we're in it. If I can't draw a white source, maybe not so much.
You got balance in your hand.
Yeah.
Oh! I'm gonna say that's... Oh! A planes! The tides have shifted!
Okay,
perhaps.
I'm glad I splashed.
The balance returns. Balance only costs 2.
Okay, so how many... Oh, it only costs 2,
yeah.
right? Yeah.
So I lose all my creatures.
And I lose 1 card from hand, but that's fine, honestly. Just gonna rip out Dark Ritual, because I don't really need it, honestly.
And then I have 6 lands, and you have 7.
Yeah, so I'll
you
just
lose 1 land.
I'll sack the tapped swamp. I don't really need that many swamps, honestly.
Alright. What did you discard?
Dark Ritual.
Oh, okay.
And then I'll play Drudge Skeletons and pass.
Alright, well, that's interesting. So untap.
So the game is still afoot.
Alright, so I drew my swamp, which means I can play the Nettling Imp.
Okay, let's read this one. Tap to force a particular one of opponent's non-walled creatures to attack. If it cannot attack, it's destroyed at the end of the turn. Should be played during the opponent's turn before the attack. May not be used on creatures on his turn. I assume it can be used any other time because it's just a recommendation, right?
It should be used. But, like, you know, it's an imp, so he might just, like, do something wrong just because he likes it. Also, fun fact about this imp, which I mistook when I put it in my deck, and you may be mistaking right now, but this guy does not fly despite prominent wings in the art.
Maybe he's too small?
Yeah.
Well, I'm gonna play the Samite Healer, who can tap.
Fun fact about Nettling Imp, there's like a variant from, I think, like Tempest or something called Maddening Imp. That has a very similar ability, except it can be activated at any time, and does work on creature summon this turn, and I've used it in EDH a bunch of times, where when people play their creatures in main phase 1, you just kill them, and they get mad at you, because they're just like...
That is maddening.
Yeah. Alright, I'll just take 1. Alright. My turn. Untap. Draw. Got another mountain. I'm done. Like, now the tides have shifted back towards you.
They really have. Okay. Oh, that's disappointing that I can't play. That's fine. We'll swing with Drudge Skeletons still.
Yep.
Just keep picking away at you with my 1/1 regenerating skeleton on a horse.
Alright. Draw. You know what's funny is I thought I didn't have enough lands, and now I'm in this situation.
Yeah, I mean, 22 is a pretty high land count for...
That's actually pretty, like, I also have 2 mana rocks and a Dark Ritual, so that's like a pretty reasonable land count, especially considering my curve is pretty low. But I'm in 3 colors, so with no real fixing.
No, this is really good. I'm gonna raise dead on Hypnotic Spectre.
That seems good.
And then I'm gonna attempt to play the Hypnotic Spectre.
I mean, I don't have a hand, so... like...
Okay, then we will go to combat.
Wait! Oh, never mind. Yeah, go ahead.
I guess, do you want to do something at start step on combat? Because you can use Nettling Imp, I guess, since I did tap out the black.
I'm fine.
Yeah, I guess you want to wait to use it on Hypnotic Spectre.
Well, I can't, because it doesn't work on creatures summoned this turn.
Oh, next turn, I guess you can use it on Hypnotic Spectre.
I mean, I don't really... You're probably just going to attack anyway.
True, it isn't.
Really.
Too
oh, no! I drew a really good card, but it cost double black.
Yeah, I drew a really good card last turn.
Oh, no! And now you're going to discard it! Oh! The terror! This is a nightmare. Why do I have so many mountains?
Oh, this is not a good card. Okay, I play Black Vice. That's useless, but you know, I was worried that maybe you wouldn't be able to play out your hand and it would fill up. That has not turned out to be the case, but I guess that's not a bad situation to be in. I'll swing with Hypnotic Spectre and Drudge Skeletons.
I very regretfully discard my Singular Vampire.
Ooh, yeah, that would have been really good.
I guess playing 5 colors or 3 colors has backfired. Oops.
Yeah.
Oh, that's really a slap in the face right there.
The swamp.
If I had drawn those in the other order, I think I would have been fine. Like.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely. Because you would have just been able to play the swamp and then
play the Singular Vampire when I drew it.
Yeah. Okay, I think that's gonna be probably That's really good. Okay. I'm going to play Pestilence.
Seems good.
And then I will not use it right now because I want to be able to hold mana to regenerate Drudge Skeletons if I ping the whole board with it.
Yeah.
Let's swing with Drudge Skeletons and Hypnotic Spectre again.
Actually, you know what? I'm gonna block Drudge Skeletons with Nettling Imp.
Okay, I'll regenerate him.
Okay. Because he's just gonna die anyway, so...
Did you want to tap him to kill Samite Healer in response or something like that? So I'm pretty sure you did, right? Because I haven't declared an attack.
Force a particular one of John Wall creatures to attack. No, because it has to be used before attacks.
Oh, before the attack, okay. Well, it should be used.
It only does, like, kill stuff if they, like, choose not to attack, which I guess at that point, like, why would they, right? I'll play a Grey Ogre. Grey Ogre's still a semi-common term in Magic, like, terminology, but you don't actually see the real card very often.
For what, like a below curve vanilla or something?
Yeah, specifically for, like, a 3-mana 2/2.
Well, that's good. I feel like this Pestilence isn't doing super... I guess might maybe be able to, like, cheese out a kill or something like that. I'm gonna play Tim.
Sure.
And then I guess I'll just fly over for 2.
Alright.
And I'll pass.
Alright. Untap, draw. Oh man. Yeah, you've got
Grey Ogres.
But this one's black.
That's true.
It's a black ogre. Even more dangerous.
Yeah, because I think...
Or just dead, maybe.
I think...
Well, I mean, you can kill me.
Yeah, because I can just fly over with Hypnotic Spectre and then ping you with Pestilence 3 times.
Yep.
Okay.
Alright.
Well,
that actually was a fairly exciting game of Magic.
Yeah, I think it was pretty reasonable. I think it was definitely more interesting than the alpha game because the card pool was wider, so we were actually able to make vaguely competent decks.
Yeah.
In classic alpha, beta, unlimited style, it was won through a huge, sacky, one-sided blowout. Well, technically not one-sided, but, you know, a huge blowout card in the form of balance.
Yeah.
I mean, I was one turn away from losing. If I literally did not draw planes at that exact point, I had lost the game. So
I think if I'd have drawn Sengir Vampire in the other order, I think it would have been much more back and forth, although you probably would have still won with this board that I have over the next several turns. Although maybe not, because I would have been able to, like, attack past that since you were at 5.
Yeah, I
would
think
have been close in any case.
It would have been a lot closer because I would have had to do a lot more finicky stuff, especially since I would have only really been able to block your Sengir Vampire the one time with Hypnotic Spectre since it's my only flyer.
Yeah.
I had a Sarah Angel in hand the entire time, but no second white source to play her with. So probably just because I didn't put enough planes in the deck, but so it goes. So, yeah, I mean, I think if I'd eventually drawn another planes, which was not coming anytime soon, it was like 4 turns away or something like that.
Yeah.
And we're back in with the deck profile. So first we've got my deck here. It's sort of Esper. It's mainly blue-black with a tiny splash for white just because I was very thin on creatures and Sarah Angel is good even though it was stuck in my hand during the actual game. But it ended up paying off, as you saw, because of balance, winning me the game there. The main backbone of my creature lamp is 4 copies of Drudge Skeleton that I pulled in 2 Prodigal Sorcerer, both of which are pretty decent for stalling the game out and controlling. Other than that, I ran Pestilence, Weakness, Paralyze, just all pseudo-removal, and then I ran a few counter spells even though they never really came up, and then a few removal spells, so nothing too crazy other than the 2 copies of Time Twister that I pulled, which were definitely strong. As for the other deck, we have what is basically a Grixis list, blue, red, black. It's full of huge high power bombs, and I'm fully convinced that this deck is definitely better than my sealed deck was, and the only reason that I won is because of that well-timed balance. You see things like Black Lotus, Soul Ring, Nivinerals, Disc, Mahamodi Jin, which was a huge threat, 3 copies of Lightning Bolt, Disintegrate, Brain Geyser, even a Counterspell. This deck is just absolutely stacked with super powerful spells, pretty good creatures, even with things like Royal Assassin and Clone. Absolutely a powerhouse of a limited deck. I was very lucky to have been able to beat this at all. Tune in next time as we go through Unlimited, our first actual constructed episode, where there's going to be a little special surprise in that. This is MeatMoto27, signing off.